Hello graphic designers, this is Mr. Granlund here, and I'm going to show you how to fix the picture for number 3 Fix the Picture tutorial. Now, if you're using Photopea, you're going to have to download and save this picture as in order to open it up inside of Photopea correctly. So, go to the Fix the Picture tutorial, find the picture here, right click, Save Image As. It says Fix this picture. I'm going to save it. I'm going to open up Photopea. And rather than doing New Project, I'm going to go to Open from Computer. Now this is going to allow me to find the picture, fix this picture. And there we have it. Now we're going to use two main tools to fix this picture. The first one is the Healing Brush tool. This is what you're going to use to fix 90% of the picture. I'm going to zoom into this picture by clicking on the Zoom tool, which is right above the color chips. I'm going to zoom into this area here. So I'm going to the Healing Brush tool. I'm going to increase the size of my brush to about 60 pixels, and the hardness I'm going to leave at 100%. Now the Healing Brush copies and pastes part of the picture from one area to the other. To set the target, I'm going to click, and if I click on it, it says select clone source by holding Alt or K and clicking on the image. So I'm going to hold Alt on the keyboard, click, and now it's going to copy the pixels from this area where I'm moving them around to wherever I paint. So now if I click and hold, it's a little hard to see, but there is a cursor that's moving in the area where I'm copying from, and as I let go, it kind of fixes the area around. Now you can see I went off the edge and I got a little bit of that edge right there, and if you're looking closely, you're going to notice that it kind of smudges the ends. And this is the part that we have to be careful of when using the Healing Brush, is that it wants to fix anything that we paint. But if we get into the face here, it's going to fix it and it's going to look really smudged. Now that's a problem. So we want to switch, anytime we're running into a line, we want to switch the tool that we're using. And so the second tool that we're going to use for like 10% of the time when we come to our lines is the Clone Stamp tool. Now this works in the same way as the Healing Brush. We want to set it up differently. We want the hardness to be a lot softer, and maybe the size to be a little bit smaller. And the reason this is good for lines, again, select the source, is because it doesn't fix the pixels after we paint them. Now it's hard to tell the difference, so I'm going to do that again. So I'm going to hold Alt, set my target over here, and when I paint and copy and paste those pixels, you'll see that it doesn't fix those pixels after I finish painting, so it's way too light. If I go back to the Healing Brush, set my source, and then paint in that same area there, you can see that it fixes the pixels. I'm going to go to the other side of the line, select my target on the cheek here, and paint. Another way that I can do this, sometimes I can set my Healing Brush to be right on the line, like that. And I'm going to bring that part of the line right down. And I don't really wind up with that fuzzy edge anymore. It's not often that you can do that. But what we want to do is we want to fix all of the areas of this picture. Another tricky part to fix is going to be this area by the mouth. I'm using my Healing Brush tool, and I'm going to set the target right where the lips meet on the left. I'm going to copy this part over that big old fold or scratch there. That fixes that for the most part pretty good. This part of the lip, I'm going to make my brush smaller. And sample some of the chin here. And paint over the line in the lip there. And again, when I get close to the edge, I'm going to be careful, and I'm going to probably switch to using my clone stamp tool. So I can get really nice looking lines. Another tool that's going to help you is if you use the space bar when you're zoomed in like this. It creates the hand tool, and you can pull your picture around so that you can move your view around. I can use Control minus to zoom out and Control plus to zoom in. Again, when you're fixing pictures, you're going to want to be very close to your picture. Now there's a feature in here called Fill Content Aware. You can use these in areas like this big white blotch here. It's kind of cool. I'm going to use the quick selection to select this white area. Or I can use one of the other selection methods like the lasso select. I'm going to add to my selection here. Perhaps. So I've finished creating my selection here, and I'm going to use the Edit Fill Content Aware tool. So Edit, Fill, and Fill with Content Aware. Now what this does is the computer automatically searches through and tries to find pixels that it thinks should fill in there. It doesn't always work the best, but usually it can give pretty good results on big chunks of missing information like this. Like there. That's some pretty good results. So one more tool to put in your tool belt. Clean this up, clean this picture as much as you can. Some final steps to finishing up this picture would be to crop the picture. I'm just going to deselect my selection. So cropping the picture to get rid of that excess stuff, and then also image adjustments and either do levels or curves to bump the contrast and lighter and darker areas just to make it look a little bit cleaner. Do that, turn that into Schoology, remember, File, Export as, JPEG, and turn that into Schoology under the tutorial number 3, Fix the Picture. Thank you very much, graphic designers, and have a great day.